Tonight on Q2, solving a budget shortfall.
We'll need to make at least $2.3 million in cuts to general fund type programs, and that includes police.
Finances front and center for Billings City Council as they aim to avoid layoffs for the police department. Plus, building an even better Billings.
It provides a lot of opportunities for these guys here locally with a bigger project.
Montana's first full-time medical school continues to grow, now hoping to add $60 million into the local economy. And a show at the Black Diamond. A rarely seen eruption is all caught on camera inside Yellowstone National Park. We'll show you next on the MTN 10 o'clock news.
From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 10 o'clock news.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on this Monday night. I'm Russ Riesinger. Our top story, the focus for City Council remains on the budget tonight, specifically for the police department. The proposed budget is for $35.3 million, down about $820,000 from last year. It all stems from the legislature passing a law that would decrease property taxes, but actually lower tax revenue for Billings. Our David J. dives deeper into the finances and how everyone hopes to make it work without layoffs.
On paper, we have 177 positions.
The proposed budget for the police department will be about $820,000 less for the upcoming fiscal year.
We're obviously in a very difficult financial situation due to some of the property tax changes statewide.
Councilmember Jennifer Owen says the city will be able to take care of the shortfall without cutting police officers.
It means leaving some positions that are currently vacant open for a little longer. At least that's one of the options that's been presented by staff. We'll take a look at as many options as we can find, but at this point it should not be layoffs. It might just be some positions not getting filled.
But one council member points to the department already being short on officers and believes those positions are necessary and need to be filled.
I'm going to push that this council keeps those 5 positions and pushes you to fill those 5 positions. So how would you, over the next year, go forward and do that?
We would hire post-certified officers only. So what that means is that we would be advertising and hiring officers who have been a police officer somewhere before and do not need to go to the academy.
Councilmember Owen says the total deficit on the more than $80 million budget will be about $2.3 million. And that's with the city raising taxes because of 2 bills passed in the last legislative session.
That's a very controversial provision, but it is written in state law as a requirement. It is not discretionary as to city council. We are told we must levy these additional taxes by the state of Montana.
It was thought that the state would provide some help to Billings with the charter limiting the number of mills, but now that no longer appears to be the case.
There's been a lot of rumors out there that the city of Billings was somehow made whole in these property tax bills. That's not true.
And despite a decrease in the budget, the chief says public safety will not suffer. In Billings, David J., MTN News.
The third of 3 suspects in the murder of Keith Breckenridge, who was killed during a robbery on Billings South Side, made his initial appearance in court today. Brian Dale Contreras pleaded not guilty to a felony charge of deliberate homicide with a weapons enhancement. Contreras is accused of hitting Breckenridge in the head, then stabbing him multiple times in the neck after Breckenridge refused to get out of his truck after giving the 3 suspects a ride. The victim's body was discovered in an alley off of Adams Street. His truck and phone later recovered on the Crow Reservation. Bond for Contreras was set at $500,000. A sad update tonight on a story of a missing show horse from earlier this evening. Owner Jessica Marin feared that her horse Zap was stolen after disappearing over the weekend, but she confirmed with us tonight that that horse has been found dead. The 5-year-old mare was last seen near Pryor Road, just south of Billings. An investigator from the Department of Livestock is working on the case, and Marin had several community members involved in the search as well. No other details regarding how the horse may have died are known at this time. Russia and Ukraine held another round of peace talks in Istanbul, Turkey today. The only agreement they reached was for a prisoner exchange. As the war goes on, Ukraine launched a surprise massive drone attack yesterday on military targets deep inside Russia. Charlie DeAgata has more.
The Ukrainians wasted no time sharing video of the attack that destroyed an estimated 1/3 of Russia's long-range bombing fleet, planes that are capable of carrying nuclear weapons. And incredibly, it was carried out by more than 100 small drones, which had been smuggled into Russia and then unleashed from shipping containers parked just outside military bases thought to be highly secure. Many of the aircraft hit had been used to strike Ukraine. President Volodymyr Zelensky took full credit, saying Operation Spider's Web had been in the works for a year and a half, targeting bases across Russia, some of them thousands of miles from Ukraine, in a coordinated attack. Ukrainian agents operated right under the noses of Russia's spy services, Zelensky said. His top intelligence aide claimed the drones, which cost about $700 each, had caused $7 billion in damage.
It was both an intelligence operation, really intricate, really well performed.
Security consultant James Lewis studies drone warfare. For somebody who's been watching these developments more closely than most, was this day always going to come?
What was new is their ability to sneak that close to strategic airfields. That's really impressive. So it's this combination of new technology and really good tradecraft that gave the Ukrainians an advantage.
The U.S. military often parks its long-range bombers in the open. That's no secret to American adversaries, such as the Chinese. What's their takeaway?
They're going to be thinking, how do I take advantage of my superiority in drones to do something the same thing to my opponents?
Defense officials told CBS News the assault shows a level of military sophistication never seen before. They're well aware America's adversaries will have been watching too. Now, these are commercially available drones, and they'll be looking at their own drone defense systems against possible attacks like this in the future. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News at the Pentagon.
David shared this great picture of the sunset here with us this evening, just one of the many pictures that we received. I had 3 great pictures from John Potter. I had to pick one, so I wanted to show you Crazy Creek, especially since we've been talking about how fast and high a lot of the creeks have been running across the region with the snow melt going on. Another beautiful sunset picture. Thanks for sharing that one as well. Around the Shepherd area, beautiful colors. We haven't had much of a concern with wildfire smoke yet, but that could have some effect on those sunsets as we start getting into the future days. And Kyle, thanks for sharing that one as well. If you have pictures to share, you can email us at weather@ktvq.com or use our free downloadable weather app.
A small eruption from Yellowstone National Park's Black Diamond Pool was captured on camera Saturday evening. It was captured by a new webcam that was just installed on May 14th at Biscuit Basin to track activity at the pool, where a hydrothermal explosion occurred last summer. According to USGS Volcanoes, this is the first eruption from Black Diamond Pool that has been captured on video since the July explosion. You can learn more details on how the park is tracking volcanic and seismic activities on our website, ktvq.com. $37 million. That's the amount Rocky Vista University is investing in the construction of their new College of Veterinary Medicine. The new structure, scheduled to be completed in spring of 2026, takes a lot of manpower to accomplish, but hopes to bring a big boost to the local economy. It's just one of many Magic City undertakings that will not only add more money, but jobs to the area. Our Charlie Kleps has more.
There's no shortage of sounds at this job site on the Billings West End.
It's progressing along nicely.
As progress continues to be made on Rocky Vista's new veterinarian school, regardless of the weather.
They're going to fight through the rain, the snow, all that.
It's just a part of the job here in Montana.
We're coming in the spring here with a lot of rain, which is fighting all of our site work, but we've been able to pre-manufacture our walls and been setting those through the weather.
Good news for both Rocky Vista and the community. Construction sites like this one here do more than just bring new facilities and structures to the community. They also create jobs and boost the local economy.
Any given time, you could have probably close to 200 employees throughout the course of the construction of this project.
Clark estimates that there are 40 total companies working on the $37 million project, most of which are locally owned.
It provides a lot of opportunities for these guys here locally with a bigger project.
And those locally created jobs lead to bigger economic impacts, with many other projects underway in Billings.
Total projects we're looking at pretty close to $1.5 billion.
That's how much Paul Green with the Big Sky Economic Development estimates is being invested into some big upgrades, including the Signal Peak Ice Arena or the Rec Center at Amond Park.
These projects we're looking at to take anywhere from 3 to 4 years.
All of which bring jobs to the community and along with it a spike in the economy. Green estimates a $60 million impact annually from the new vet school and says they hope to harness that energy.
We're actually trying to take out the spike and use some of these temporary construction jobs and find ways to benefit from them long term.
A big goal and some big projects, hoping to leave an impact for years to come.
It's a benefit for Rocky Vista having us being local, for years after the project.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
Some of the other major projects across Billings include the new Montana State University Mark and Robin Jones College of Nursing building for MSUB, as well as the $41 million 7-story Marriott Hotel. On top of that, crews continue to work on the $1 billion investment to build the new Intermountain Health Medical Center in Billings. That project represents one of the most significant healthcare expansions in all of Montana.